Hello everyone, this is Greg from Mystery Honey. Today is a lovely day actually. It rained for the first time in 2 to 3 months last night, so everything's still a bit soggy, a bit damp, but it's cooled everything off and it's looking great. I'm really chuffed that it's actually rained. I never thought I'd say that, especially since last year it just rained non-stop, but we really needed it. All the flowers and stuff like that were starting to dry up. Nectar flow started to disappear quite early on in the spring nectar flow, but I think it's give the plants just that little bit more of a boost just to keep them going. Today's inspection should be quite easy. I don't think anything's going to be swarming. The spring flow, as I said, has kind of dried up, so I don't think they have that push to keep expanding. I think what they're trying to do now is trying to fan that nectar and refine it into honey to make themselves get some more space. So I'd be surprised if I come across any swarm cells today, but bees are bees. I'm also going to be releasing some queens as well that I got this week. They've been in the nucs that I built last week for 2 days now. So I've left them in there since Thursday and today's Sunday. That's when I do my inspections. So they've had a few days where they've not been released yet. I've not busted the plastic cap where they can escape from. What I've done is I've wrapped them around in tape and I've left them in the hives just so the bees can get used to them, get used to the smell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what to look for, what you're wanting to see from the bees before you pop that plastic cap. I've also got some fondant as well, so I'm going to refill those doors, the entrances into these little queen cages, just because the bees will lick around them and they will eat it down, and you want it to have a nice slow release. Once you pop those doors for the queen, just leave them. Put them in, close it up, and then don't go back for like 2 weeks. If you pop in any earlier than a week at least, then chances are that the bees are just going to freak out and ball the queen and kill her. So what you want to do is leave her for 2 weeks. You can't do anything else. Just leave her for 2 weeks and see what happens. If you come back and there's no queen, there's no eggs, no anything, then that sucks. But something has made the bees not accept that queen. It could be that there's a virgin queen walking around in there. If the nuke was prepared like maybe a week before the queen turned up, and you weren't very good at knocking down any queen cells. So that could be one of the reasons why. Another reason could be just the fact that it's just a different breed of bees. So sometimes mongrel bees just hate buckfast queens. Just hate them, just kill them. And I'm not quite sure why. Maybe the buckfast speak Italian, because that's where everyone seems to be getting the buckfast from at the moment. And our bees speak English. I don't know. There's also times where you come across that they've laid, and then the bees have killed them and started making their own queen out of the eggs. If that's the case, then there could be a few reasons behind that. The fact that they've let her lay some eggs is an indicator that there's no queen, no virgin queen or anything like that in there. But it could be that the mongrels just don't like that queen, so they want to produce their own queen and teach her English from an early age. I don't know. I have no idea. So that is the other option. That's what could happen as well. So we won't know now, after today, for 2 weeks, whether these nukes have succeeded. When I find out any nukes that have succeeded, I'm going to be transferring them to the production apiary. I'm going to be filling up some hive boxes with capped brood and stuff like that. And then I'm going to be combining those nukes with queenless capped brood on some bees as well. And hopefully that'll mean that they'll just get a really good head start for the summer crop. So when the summer flow starts, hopefully they'll be big enough that they can actually start collecting honey. I don't think they'll collect as much honey as they did last year, just because it's a bit of a slow start. But all I can do is give them what I can and do what I can. Right, I'm going to get my suit on, get my smoker lit, and get cracking. See you in a minute. So if you were to ask me what the biggest indicator is that a spring flow or a nectar flow has stopped, I would show you this. So everyone in my house, yeah, has a little bit of activity, sure. There's some bees flying in and out here and there, but it's nothing compared to what it was a few weeks ago. Now, it doesn't mean that there's less bees about, which some people could think. Just the fact that there's no nectar out there and the bees haven't got much to do. So instead, they're going to refine that nectar into honey, ready for winter. So this is the colony I've been starting with pretty much every week for a while now. I stole a load of brood and quite a few bees from this colony, so I'm expecting them to be quite chilled out. I'm not expecting them to be like super busy, really full or anything like that. Now, I could be wrong, but let's have a look. Let's open it up and see. So I took loads of brood and loads of food from them and gave them stacks of space. And the majority of the space I gave them was this foundation. Now, they've done nothing with the foundation frames from what I can see. Oh, if I can get them out. Tight. Yes, they've not actually done anything with the foundation frames yet. I put one frame of drawn out comb in the middle to try and draw them up, and the bees have just been cleaning it. So this was originally from a dead out, and there were some dead bees in the comb. And if you look there, there's still some dead bees in there, but they've started tearing down the cells to get those dead bees out. So they clean this up ready for the queen. So that's fine. Generally, bees stop worrying about this stuff when there's no flow. Usually they need the energy of the nectar to want to actually clean up and produce wax. So I'm not expecting this box to be drawn out anytime soon. Probably next week we'll have like 1 or 2 frames, something along those lines, but they're going to be really slow until that summer flow kicks in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through and make sure they've got some food, because if the nectar flow's finished now, then we've probably got a good month and a half before the new nectar flow starts again. If that's the case, they could die from starvation, and that's the last thing you want them to do, especially with a good colony like this. So I'm just going to go through it very quickly and look for food, because we need brood, food, and space for a colony to be happy. They've got space, you can see that. Need to go and find the brood and the food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go deeper into the box. I might not go into the bottom box, we'll see. Whoop. Right, so we have actually got quite a good spread of bees in here, and I can already see quite a bit of food, so that's good. I'll just break a few frames apart. We'll have a look. Now, I've said this before, but I'll say it again now, just because. Whenever you're pulling up a frame from a full box like this, never go from the edge. If you go from the edge and the queen's here, she might fall out and you might lose your queen, so you're scuppered. If you go for one that's more central, so I usually go for the second one or the third one, depending on what it looks like comb-wise. This one here looks like it's got pretty thick comb. So if I was to lift this up, it might tear off the front of this comb if it's honey and stuff and dribble down. So first of all, I look down and I see that this one's got quite a bit of space between the other frames, so I'm going to lift this one up instead. What happens is, if the queen is on this one, if she rolls up, because if you look at the edge here, the bees will roll slightly, because there we are, they're quite full. If she's on the edge, then she'll roll onto this frame here or onto these frames here, so we'll be more than likely not going to fall out the hive. So these guys have got a lot of honey here. They've got a lot of nectar as well, so you know what, these guys are fine, I don't have to worry about them. I have noticed there's a bit of wire here. I don't know if you can see that where you are, so I'm just going to use my snippers and cut it. Bees are not happy with me today for some reason. It is considerably chillier today, so the rain has made it a bit more chilly than usual. So the past week or so, I've been dealing with temperatures of like 26, 24. Today the temperature is 14 degrees C, so those of you not from England or the UK in general, this is how bizarre our weather is. It can go from 26 to 14 degrees, and I wouldn't be surprised if it started snowing next week. So this is full of honey, so that's good. These guys have a lot of food, that's fine. What I could do is move that frame up there and bring another frame of foundation down so they can try and draw that out instead. So I might do that. Get these bees off the cups. Right, please. So I'm going to swap this out in that one. Whoop. There we are. By moving honey up to this area where there's more foundation, bees don't like foundation being next to brood, and they don't like it being next to honey, so they will possibly use any nectar to help draw out these frames. So it's a good way of producing comb. So we've got another frame foundation in here now. Foundations that I put in a week or so ago, they're fully drawn out. And have I got any eggs in them? Yep, and they're full of eggs as well. So these guys are using this. Oh, full of larvae. Nice. So yeah, so the queen is using these frames. So that's good. Put some foundation in between them, and the bees don't like larvae next to foundation, so they will hopefully draw that out quickly. And there's open capped honey there as well, so it means that if you put that directly next to the foundation, that will possibly lure the bees to eat that honey and use the energy produced and the wax produced from that to draw out this frame of foundation as well. Right, I'm not going to go too deep into this. I've seen brood now, I've seen food. Just having a look at the cappings and look at the bees. This is a manky looking frame, to be fair. But the larvae looks healthy. It's segmented and white. The cappings are a nice brown colour. The wax is a bit dark, but that could just be dirt from the road and age. So other than that, though, yeah. And there's some and there's a worker bee actually hatching from its cell as well now. So it's a healthy frame. That's good. Let's have a look at what the next one looks like. Watch out, you. There we go. So we've got some more brood here. That's good. Lots of larvae around it. So she started in the centre there and worked her way around. The pattern, there's some holes in it and stuff. That could be a sign that the queen's getting old. But it's fine. She's not bad. She's doing well for what I need her for. And what I need her for is just to produce more bees, and that's it. The bees in this area, on this apiary, the main job, the main goal is to produce bees and brood for me so I can produce nucs and queens. I don't particularly care about the honey from this place. If I get any honey from this place, that's great. Like I've got quite a few supers from here, but it's not my goal and it's not my intention. So anything like honey and stuff like that, I'm more than happy for the bees to convert that into wax and draw out frames so they can use that for making more brood. Right, last frame, I think. I'll move on. This is a drone brood frame. Lots of drone brood there. And another wire sticking out right here. I'll cut that as well. So bees can be quite aggressive when it's the end of a flow, because that's usually when robbing occurs. So they're usually quite defensive. So I may get stung, but we'll see. For the most part, though, the bees are being good. Just one or two that's causing issues. Right, plug that in. Right, I'm happy with that. There's no queen cells or anything like that. I've seen brood. It's all healthy. I've seen food. The bees look healthy as well. I've seen emerging brood. So, yeah, everything's hunky-dory. I'm going to move on from this one. I can't imagine these guys causing me any trouble for the rest of the season, really. Just because I've taken so much brood and bees from them, I've taken them back quite a bit. But that's always the case with these colonies in this apiary. Because I'm taking brood and bees away from them, they never really get to that stage where they think, "Oh, we need to swarm." If they do, it's usually because it's a particularly fast colony. Yeah. Right, I'm going to close this up. So whenever you're putting anything on the hive top or on top of another box with there's bees, always do it very gently. Find an edge, a lip, where you can put it down so you're not holding the whole weight on your hands, and then just slowly lower it down, and then when it gets to sort of a bee height somewhere, just start wiggling it. It irritates them, so they move out of the way, and it's a way of stopping them from being squashed. Unfortunately, being a beekeeper, you will squish a bee or two in your lifetime, probably more, but at least if you try your best not to, it will reduce the numbers of bees killed by accident. Right, on to the next ones. Right, so last time I was in here, the queen wasn't doing a right lot. She'd come up to this box here, and she was sort of half-arsed in this box in here. So I put these fresh ones in to give her some more space because I didn't want her to get stuck halfway here and, you know, just want to swarm. Doesn't look like there's a lot of activity coming from the entrance on either side of this because it's a double entrance. So we'll see what's going on. I hope that she's not swarmed, and I hope that they'll start to use this box, because what I want to be able to do is shake these out of bees and hopefully have it full of brood. So pretty much they're just nukes ready to go. So we'll see. So good news is I can see bees straight off the bat. That's good. There is a queen excluder here, so that's good. Means bees are coming up through the queen excluder. It's a bit humid up here, which I don't really like in my hives. Where have I put my hive tool? There it is. So I just want to have a look, see what we're dealing with. Lovely frame of honey. Look at that. Beautiful. What about the other ones? That's got honey as well, uncapped on that side. So, oh well, I'm just seeing if there's any brood up here. No, this is a pure honey frame. So when I do my honey pull in the next week or so, I'll be taking this box off to spin the honey out. So that's good. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to check this other super, and I'm going to check these for honey as well. Maybe sift some honey from this box and this box into one of these, just so if I need to, I can take some brood frames away, and it'll give them more space. But anyway, we'll have a look now. Ooh, so these guys are very placid at the moment. I don't know what's going on. This was the stingy colony from last season, so I used to get stung like crazy from them. And they seem very relaxed at the moment. They're just flying up at me. Now this box is absolutely jam-packed with honey. But if I remember rightly, this is the one that they overwintered with, so I don't want to be taking honey from this because it could have syrup in it. It probably won't, but I don't want to risk it. So this is their super, and to be honest, if they keep it liquid for the whole year, they can keep this for winter. There we are. Full of honey. Amazing. I'm just going to move a few frames back this way, just because there was loads of brood here last time I was in. I just want to see how they're doing for brood. Yes. Oh crap. So that's annoying. I've just found a queen cell. That's an odd looking queen cell. I'll show you. So there's the queen cell. It's an odd looking thing, isn't it? It kind of looks like a drone cell that's accidentally fallen. So maybe it is a drone cell that's accidentally fallen, because I'm looking at queen cups here and none of these have any other larvae in them. So, a little confused by that. I will go lower in now because I've seen that and see if I can find any more queen cells. Because if not, I'll just knock it down. If I can find eggs and stuff, then I don't have to worry. I can knock it down. I can have a think. That's just full of honey. Oh, it's very heavy, full of honey. I'm just going to make a dot. At the end of the season, you'll see loads of dots all over my stuff. I'll be like, what was that for? So, I'm not seeing any more queen cells in this super, so maybe it is just a drone cell that's dropped. If that's the case, I'll destroy it anyway, just in case, because I don't want the queen to emerge. I'm not seeing any larvae or anything, so it could just be that the queen hasn't come up here. So that's another option. If you separate the brood area from another brood area, and say the queen's down there, the brood area here has eggs in it and larvae, because this area, which is kind of like dead space that's not touched with anything, maybe it's full of foundation or whatever, because this is in the way of the queen's pheromone and this area, the bees up here will be like, oh no, we've not got a queen, and they'll start making a queen cell. So you get it quite a lot when you're moving brood above a queen excluder. The bees aren't able to transfer the pheromone as easily to the bees around there. So it's just something to pay attention to, really. All right, I'm going to put this back. Just keep looking for queen cells. Yeah, I'm not seeing any queen cells. There's a lot of brood in this super, so it's a good job I haven't taken it up. All capped brood. That's just honey. Okay. Put this back in. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, let's plonk this on top. So if it's stuck, always remember twist a little bit, and then it usually breaks the wax and comb that's sticking these frames together. So this looks like it's quite empty here. I've got 2 seams here that's untouched, and 1 or 2 seams there that's untouched. So I'm going to start in this box here, just because it's empty. And we'll have a look, see what it's like. Looks like the bees are still cleaning this up. Oh no, it's full of nectar, so we've got lots of nectar here. Yeah, nectar on that side as well, so that's good. So the bees are using it. I was a little worried when I added it that they wouldn't use it. That's full of honey. Wow, that's amazing. If this one's full of honey as well, I might transfer both of these boxes to the side of the queen excluder. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Where's my smoker gone? There it is. Oh, I've not done a very good job of lighting my smoker today. I've put too much cat litter in it, so it's knocked out a lot of the air holes that the fire needs to produce smoke. So yeah, that was... Everyone fails sometimes. Me more than most. Ugh. Yeah, so this is just honey. So this whole box is just full of honey, so that's cool. No brood in here whatsoever. Right, so I'll have a look in that in a minute. If this box has no brood in it whatsoever, and it's just full of honey as well, then I'll shake the bees out of both boxes, and then they go on the other side of the queen excluder. So it goes. Lift this up. What do you think, brood or food? We have food. That's a honey frame. Absolutely jam-packed with honey. Okay. Jump bees. Don't want you to get hurt. Okay, it's 1. So look, what are you? You are brood and food. So I've got food around the edges and cat brood in the middle. I'm going to see if I can see any eggs or anything, because I'm a bit worried that I've not seen any yet. If you see eggs, it means that the queen's about. So I've seen a larvae. So I don't tend to look for queens. I've got better things to do than to constantly look for them. As long as there's eggs, I'm happy. Oh, so this is fully brood. Yeah, cat brood on that side as well. 3 eggs. I have to torch. Blind myself. So there's lots of larvae. Oh, move out the way, you. Eggs. Yep, so I've seen lots of eggs as well. So the queen is using this. In fact, the queen is at the top of this, so it could be that she's moved on to that box there. Okay, that's interesting. So I've seen eggs, seen brood. That's good. And I'm not seeing any other queen cells, so I'm going to knock that one down. I think it's a drone brood that has just dropped by accident. Oh, watch out. And this is another full frame of brood. Oh, that's lovely. Look at that. It's beautiful. Just checking for queen cells. Looking at the health. Oh, there's a very young bee right there. Lovely and fluffy. It's 2 of them. 3, 4. Lots of them. So that means that they're getting a lot of young bees in. That's good. Cool. Now, these guys don't seem to be trying to sting me. So, last year, this colony was extremely stingy. But they don't seem to be wanting to sting me at the moment, he says, feeling a bee buzzing at him. So I might actually start using this as brood and bees for Nucs this year. We'll see. They certainly seem calm. That's good. Right, bring these back. I'm not going to bother with the bottom one. I've seen everything that I need to see. They've got brood, they've got food, and they've got space. There's a couple of frames down here that don't have anything in them. They've got a lot of brood in there, got lots of food. They've got super here as well. If I wanted to, I could put another box of foundations on top and see if they draw that out. With the lack of a nectar flow, it'd take them ages to do that. But it is tempting. Or what I could do is take the frames of honey out and swap them out with foundation. This is me thinking in real time, just so you know. I'm going to leave them for a week. I might do that next week. We'll see. Right. Let's put this back up. There we go. Alright, slowly lower that down and wiggle it. The issue with these is that they lie very flat against the frames, but fortunately sometimes the bees will produce a little bit of comb just to give them a bit of space underneath, so it sort of warps a bit, but it's fine. It's good. Put it back on. Right. This up. Move on to the next one. Right, so this is my breeder queen for this year, and it looks like there's no bees at all in the top box, which is disconcerting. This was full of honey, I think, that's why I put it over the top of the queen excluder, but it doesn't seem to have any honey in it at all now, so the bees may have eaten it down, which is fine. They can do, as I said, the honey here is for them. Yeah, this is bone dry as well, so I'm going to take this off as well. Might just have to get rid of the queen excluder for now. There's nothing up there worth keeping. So, right. So look. So this was full of foundation. I stole a load of brood and bees from this one as well. So look. They've actually drawn out the majority of this foundation, actually. That's good. So look. Yep, so they've drawn that foundation out. So that's less than a week. They've drawn out all this foundation, and it's got some honey in it as well. That's cool. In fact, let's leave you out so I can just do a quick nosy. So I took a lot of brood from these guys. So I'm not expecting them to want to swarm. I just realised I didn't knock down that cell that was in there, did I? Let's go do that quick. Oh, my forgetful mind. How useless you are. Fortunately, it was only this one, so that's good. And it was that one with the blue dot. That's easy enough. Smoker's over there. I'm just going to have to use the old flick method if bees are getting uppity near me. I think that this is, yeah, I think that was a drone. So that's good. So that was a drone larvae that they didn't know what to do with, so they just elongated the cell and hope for the best. Yeah, there's no queen cells. That's good. Right, let's put this back. See how easy it is to get sidetracked when you're a beekeeper. Just put this back down. I have to make some more space. You need to go a bit closer, you need to go a bit closer, and you, and you, and you. Everybody. Done. Let's build this back up. Go again. Whoa. Right, here we go again. So, gone in here, look for some brood, look for some, well, got lots of space. Seeing that we've got food. This is full of food, it's got loads of honey. I don't know actually, maybe it doesn't have a lot of food. Got a frame of honey, but it was a big colony, so let's have a look. Oh, this is full of honey. Open capped honey as well. That's good. Not seen any larvae yet. I don't mind. So when you do inspections, you should really go from the bottom box first. But if you know there's not much to worry about, like say you're 80% sure that they're not going to swarm or anything like that, you can generally just have a look at the top box and get an idea of what's going on. Found eggs, found larvae, all looks really healthy. More honey here, eggs and larvae here. And this is a fresh frame of foundation that they've drawn out. Loads of eggs here. In fact, I wonder if I can see the queen. Just have a quick look. Not expecting to see her, but if I do, that's awesome. The eggs here look a little bit old, like a day or so, so maybe she's moved on. Last frame, I think. Oh, queen's here. Right here, walking about. She's got rid of her bloody mark again. Oh, she's in my hand now. Hello, Queenie. If you can see her walking about in my hand. I got the queen cage. Oh, yeah. So there she is, that's my breeder queen. Can't really see her very well. I think so manky. But she's a lovely dark colour. Yeah. She wants to crack on with laying. Now I've got a choice, do I mark her or do I not? I am going to mark her, but I want to try a different colour because I don't think that silver's any good. She keeps managing to get it off, so... Right, Queenie, in you go. Remember, whenever you transfer the queen from anywhere, always make sure that you've got something in the way of her getting it out. So when you get her into one of these, put your thumb over the end. It comes with foam, but I always find that foam really unwieldy and annoying. So I just put my thumb over the way. It's the perfect shape for your thumb. Thumb over the hole, so she can't escape. I've got her in there, and I've put 2 fingers over the hole now, so she can't escape there now. Always try and do that, just so she doesn't disappear, and you look at the cage and you go, "The hell's she gone?" Right, so I'm going to try and mark her. Okay, there you are. Right. Now, she should be silver. I've got this very light blue pen, which I'm not happy with. But I'm going to use that just because it's more white than it is blue. I know she's not a blue queen. She's not from this year. But it's going to be a lovely blue colour, and it's quite obvious. Easy to see, so I'll bring her back to you. Yeah, it's really obvious to see her now. It's a very light blue. It's not the blue that I'm going with this year for my queens, but it just means that I can see her. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. May have a little bit more of an investigation into the hive while I wait for that to dry. So because this is round and there's a gap here, just put it in the notch there and it stops it from rolling as easily. When it's upright like that, it's a bit unwieldy. Sometimes it can fall over, and then you say bye-bye to the queen because she falls out the cage and you have no idea where she's gone, or something bad happens to her anyway. So that's full of nectar as well. So I think this colony, food-wise, is fine. I think this colony for brood is fine. I think she's laying up a storm again, which is good. And I don't think they're going to be wanting to swarm anytime soon, just because I took so much brood away from them. So I think, generally, I think this colony is probably going to be okay for a while. Right, squash this up a bit. There we go. Right, put this back in. And what I'm going to do, because they're not using these supers properly for honey at the moment, I think I'm just going to take the queen excluder away and just let them have full reign and do what they want to do. Again, the honey here is not honey that I want to keep. Another option is to put another brood box on top. They have got space, so there's foundation here that's not been touched yet. So because all the brood and a load of the bees have gone, they're not filling up this space. They've got two supers there, which they're just not touching, and they've got foundation here. Those supers, I think, have honey in them, so I am going to keep them on top. I'm just going to build it back to the way it is. They're not in any danger of swarming anytime soon, I don't think, just because they've been knocked out of it if they were. This is another frame of foundation that they've drawn out, so they've done a really good job of that. It's good on them. Right, I'm going to release this queen now. She's done a good job. Just plonk her in. In you go. Go on, down you go. Right, and there she goes. She's gone. So, I'm going to put the queen excluder back on, because why not? Oh, this queen, this smoke is really not doing well. Come on, down you go. Right, down you go, guys. Right, put the queen excluder back on. It's not causing any issues, it just keeps the queen out of the top boxes. If I need to take the queen excluder off for some reason, because they need more space, then I can do. As I said, this was full of honey. Like, I can still feel the weight of some honey in this, but I think they've been eating it, and I'd rather them eat it down than me take it. Spring honey never really sells very well. And I'd rather the bees eat it during the dearth during June and the end of May. Right. Okay. So a week or so ago, I transferred a double brood nuc into a hive, and unfortunately, the queen had swarmed with some of the bees. I was too late to deal with it. So what I did was I transferred all the bees and one queen cell into this. It's been about 3 weeks now since that happened, so I'm going to have a quick look inside, because there should be eggs. If there's no eggs, then what I'll do is I'll steal a frame of brood from another colony and put that in, and that can be an indicator as to see if there is a queen still running about in there, or if they are trying to build another queen cell because they're queenless. If they are queenless, then what I may do is combine them with another colony. I'm trying to cut down the number of bees I have, just because I'm struggling at the moment. There's just too little time to inspect them all. So that's a lovely frame of nectar. I'll have a quick look. Yep. So we're looking for eggs. It doesn't matter if there's any other brood or anything like that. We're just looking for eggs right now. Let's try and get these away from this frame here. It really annoys me when you get your smoker wrong. Hashtag smoker trubs. So a good sign. So a good sign that I'm seeing is that the bees aren't like crawling up to the top. So queenless colonies can be quite aggressive, and these guys aren't at the moment. So they were quite aggressive originally. So I'm hoping that this is a sign that they have a queen, and I think I can see eggs. Nope, I was wrong. Oh, maybe. What are you? Are you eggs? I can see what looks like a tiny larvae. Okay, I can see some eggs. Yeah, I can see some eggs. So there's some eggs here and larvae. It's not a lot. It's a few eggs, but it's still some eggs. So that means that someone's laying. I'll keep looking through, see if I can. If I see it, I'll mark her, but I'm not too worried about doing that. I just want to make sure that there's eggs in here and that they are healthy. Yeah, so we've got lots of royal jelly. Yeah, and there's loads of larvae. More eggs. So there's a laying queen in here now. That's good. It's not a vast amount of eggs. It's like a small patch in the middle, but she may just be gearing up. That's fine. So I prefer queens that come from grafts over ones that have just been naturally produced by the bees, just because when you're using a queen rearing sort of technique, you get the bees and they are wholly committed on growing these queens up to be as big and healthy and strong as possible. When you do it this way, oh, I found the queen. Wow, she's a big girl. Whoa. And she's right in an awkward spot as well. She's a lovely colour. Come on, where are you? Are you in? I can't see what's going on because there's too many bees trying to get in the way. Oh. There we go. Aha. She's fast. She's not letting me pick her up. Ah, got her. Right, found the queen. Wow, wait, I wasn't expecting that. Right. Let's cage her so you guys can see. Yes, she's a lovely colour. I'll bring it to you. So this is the first queen of 2025 for me, so that's cool. Happy with that. I'm going to mark her a lovely blue. There she is. Walking around, lovely blue colour. I really need to clean this marking cage. So we're going to give her a couple of minutes and then I'm going to rebuild the hive. I don't need to come in here. They're doing fine. They need to rebuild their colony with a new queen. So that means that she's going to have to lay a load of new brood. And yeah, so that's good. Happy with that. To be honest, I could move this over to the production apiary just because she's a new queen. So that means that she's going to have a lot of vim and vigour. We just need to see how big they get in the time it takes for the other nukes to catch up. Right. Let's release her. I'll tell you what, I'll put this frame in and then we'll release her. Okay, right, watch out bees. There she goes. She's just having a good old chat with the bees for some reason. I'll budge over. Oh yeah. Right, we'll put this super back on. So that was good. First queen 2025. I'm glad of that. Right, I'm going to crack on with the nukes next because I need to get going with that. So this is the first of the nukes where I'm going to be introducing a new queen. So as I said in the intro, I've put the queen in here and I've taped her shut. So it means that the bees can smell her, they can interact with her, but they can't get to her yet. So the good news is that the bees seem to be sort of hovering around her right here. That's good. It means that they're interested in her. My job now is to go through the colony and check for queen cells very quickly and then uncap the end of the queen cage, or rather break the tab. And then we're going to close it up and leave her to it. No queen cells on that one. No queen cells there. No queen cell here. It's got an egg in it randomly. What that? So that's disconcerting, seeing an egg randomly. No idea where they got that egg from. Most of the bees are so weird. Nothing there, it's good. Right, I want to be careful with this one, just because the queen is attached to this frame. Last thing I want to do is bust it open early. The queen cell's there, it's good. Oh, right, this is the queen one. Let's pull Queenie away. So, good news is that she's still walking about. So I'll bring it to you. So you can see the blue dot one walking about. And another good news is that the bees aren't sticking the bums at her. They're sniffing around. And if you look very closely, they are sticking the tongues through the hole to try and feed the bees that are underneath. So that is a good sign. What is not a good sign is that I think I can see some queen cells. Nothing there, but there's 2 queen cells right here at the top. So I think this is their last ditch effort. Because those larvae are probably far too old to produce a good queen, but I wanted to get rid of them anyway. And yeah, no more queen cells there. Good, right. I'm going to break the tab and let her loose. I just realised that they've eaten away all of the masking tape that I put around this cage. That's good. I'm just going to see what the fondant situation's like for them. Because we want to have some fondant for them, so it takes a bit of time for them to get to the queen. It does look like there's a bit still there, so just quick look. Yeah, there's a fair amount of fondant there. They haven't made a tunnel or anything yet, so yeah, I'm going to crack the doors, put the queen back, and then let the bees release her. Actually, I'll keep that one. Right, so if you can see, I've cracked the plastic door off this side. I'm going to put a stick in here through this hole, and then I'm going to place it into the nuke, and yeah, leave them to it for 2 weeks, and hopefully when they come back there'll be a lovely laying queen in here. Ooh, right. Yeah. Right, so that queen is now on her own. Good luck, Queenie. Let's go to the next one, and then I'll probably leave you guys there. Right, so this is nuke number 2. Slightly. I thought I'd give you a better look. What's going on? So you can see the queen there already. Okay, so same again. We're looking for queen cells first, and then we're going to pop the door on the queen cage. This, not this. Let's have a look. There's lots of pollen on this frame, so it means that the queen will at least have a lot of food ready for the larvae. So you can get issues sometimes with queenless nukes, where a virgin queen who's gone out on a mating run comes back and she's lost, and she can hear the buzzing and the panicking of bees who are queenless. So she just flies in and takes command. It's very annoying. Okay, let's lift that up. Let's quickly and gently remove the queen from this frame. She's running about. Yep, blue dot moving about there. It's good. And we're going to have a look at what the bees are doing. So, So if we're looking at the bees, they are sticking their tongues through, and they're trying to feed the queen and the bees underneath. They don't look like they're aggressive, so they're not sticking the tails in sort of a C shape where they're trying to sting them like that. They look nice and calm and relaxed and look like they've accepted the queen already. But we're still going to give her a chance by leaving her in the cage. If you were just to open it, she'd go on and the bees may get panicked and just ball her because they're in a weird situation. You want the hive to be nice and secure and closed and dark and okay. And then they'll truly be accepting of her. Right. Just checking for queen cells. Again, there's a queen cell down here, but I don't think it's got anything in it. Again, it has eggs again. I think some of these bees are coming out and they're going, I think I can give it a go, and are laying a couple of eggs. Which is not what you want, because you don't want laying workers. Looking good. Last frame. Oh, no queen cells. Right, okay. So, now what I need to do is I need to find the frame with the most brood on it still, which is going to be hard because I think the majority of the brood is hatched now. And then I'll put the queen against that brood. It might have to be this frame. Let's see. Oh no, that's got the most brood on it, so put it against there. So that's the frame it was against anyway. So right, Queenie. So they haven't got rid of the masking tape on this one. That's good. Right, which one's which? I think that one is the Queenie one. So I don't like these cages with two doors. I prefer them just to have one big door because I always get scared that the queen's going to get stuck in that hole. So yeah, remember, when you snap it all the way off. Make sure the door comes with you because sometimes it can come back and the bees have trouble. And the last thing you want is to have trouble with the queen. Right, so I'm going to slowly put her back. And then close it up. And the bees should... Get out of the way, guys. Go on, budge. Bees should release her in the next day or so. Right, that's good. Whoop. Right, I want to call it quits there, I think. I've got another 8 to do. I'll see what goes on with the time. Thank you so much for watching these videos. It means the absolute world to me. If you want to see more like this, then please hit the subscribe button and have a look at my back catalogue. This year has been incredibly different compared to last year. Last year it was just raining sideways the whole time and I just was having a dreadful time of it. This year, this spring, has just been incredible. So I watched one of my own videos the other day, and I was amazed just the difference that I've been having just from the beginning of this year. It's just phenomenal. If you enjoyed the video, though, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button, and if you wanted to share, it would be awesome too. But you don't have to do that. I've got a few Facebook pages that you can join if you want to. I've got Nonsensical Beekeeping, which was a joke, but I seem to have many people joining, bizarrely. And I have Merseyside Beekeepers as well. If you're in the area and want a good deal on something, or you're having trouble in the area and want advice with people that are dealing with the same issues that you are as well. So feel free to join them. I'm currently releasing weekly blogs on rewilding. I'm currently focusing on critters to do with rewilding, like foxes, badgers, moles, bats, you know. But I started it all by showing how to rewild your own garden and how to rewild the area around your house. Little bits, little changes like that can make a massive difference, especially if you can get other people joining in as well. No mow movement is a big thing, and I really appreciate it if you joined in with that. That'd be great. You can find my blogs on my website, www.mysttree, so mystree.com. And if you go onto then there's a thing on the top, tab on the top that says blogs. If you click on that, you'll see all the blogs that I've released for the past 5 years, 6 years. But the most recent ones are all to do with rewilding rather than bees. Because I've got you guys now to talk about bees too. I don't have to write it and send it off into the ether like I used to. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.